Now I have got the #1 tip that you need to make the perfect roast pork with crackling. We all know the best part of roast pork is the crackling. Let me show you how to make it. Get yourself a sharp knife and take the whole leg of pork, which I've got here. It doesn't really matter which the cut is, you could use a bit of the shoulder or even a loin, but you want to make sure that these scores, and when I say scores, I mean the little incisions that have been made into the skin go all the way through to the meat, okay? So just follow that through with your knife and just make sure that you can sort of separate the pieces just like that. Now, don't be scared to cut them quite close to each other, because the smaller those little pieces are, the more crackling you're gonna have. All right, so you're just gonna carve it like this. It doesn't take a minute. Now, it may be done, it may not be done, but I like to go back through it and make extra little incisions, because the more incisions you make, the crispier your crackle's gonna go. All right, so you cut right into that quite a lot. The next thing that you're gonna do is take some salt and rub the entire thing with salt. Now, the reason you do this is, of course, the salt's going to add a bit of flavour, but it's also going to draw out some of that moisture and make the skin super crunchy. So be really generous with that salt. All in there, and then give it a good rub. Okay, just like that. And that is it. It's that easy. Now, the most important thing when you're getting crispy roast pork with beautiful crackle is that it goes into the oven as high as your oven will go. I don't care how hot your oven will get, turn it up on full. You want it up about 275 degrees. Take your pork and pop it. Make sure you've got a little rack there so it's not sitting directly on the tray. All right, so once you've given it a good rub, you stick it onto the rack and into your tray, and it's going to go into the oven on as high a temperature as you can get it. So I'm talking 275 degrees for about 30 minutes, then you turn it down, and for every 500 grams that your pork leg or pork shoulder weighs, it's going to take 25 to 30 minutes. So if your pork leg is 2 kilos, then you're going to need about 2 hours in the oven. On top of that, the 30 minutes that it's in at the high heat. You get me? 30 minutes on high heat, turn it down for another 25 to 30 minutes for every 500 grams. It's going in the oven. I tell you what, this smells so good. There's nothing better than roast pork, and if you get the crackle just right, it's amazing. Now, look at this. It's been in the oven for, in total, a couple of hours, and now I've given it a bit of time to rest, and you can see some of that juice has run out, and listen to this. That's what you want, that beautiful crackle. I'm just gonna break a piece off. And it should sound just like this. You kidding me? I love it.